Hello students, today we will continue our chapter first, A Letter to God, part third. As yesterday we have read that rain changed into hailstones and now Lencho was worried for his family, though Lencho was a poor farmer and had lost all his crops. So here we start. Don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. This is the belief of all family members of Lencho and Lencho himself that no one dies of hunger. All through the night, Lencho thought only of his one hope, the help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. As he had strong belief in God, he was sure that God would definitely help him and decided to write a letter to God for help. Lencho was an ox of a man. An ox of a man means hard-working man, working like an animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. The following Sunday at daybreak, daybreak means early in the morning, he began to write a letter which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God that he wrote for 100 pesos. As he had strong belief in God, he was sure that God would definitely help him. He wrote, "If you don't help me, my family and I will go hunger this year. I need 100 pesos. Pesos means that is Latin American currency. In order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes because the hailstorm." In the letter, he asked God to send him 100 pesos so that he could sow his field again and support his family until the new crops were harvested. He also wrote that if God did not help him, his family would die of hunger. He wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and still troubled, went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss laughing heartily and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow, also broke out laughing, but almost immediately he turned serious and taping the letter on his desk, commented, "What faith! I hate the faith of the man who wrote this letter, starting up correspondence with God." One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss, laughing heartily, and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. The postmaster, a fat and amiable. Amiable means friendly and pleasant. बड़ा ही मिलनसार. Also broke out laughing, but almost immediately he turned serious and taping the letter on his desk, commented, "What fate! I wish I had the fate of the man who wrote these letters, starting up correspondence. Correspondence means writing a letter. The postmaster, he read the address on it and laughed badly, but suddenly, when he saw the address of God, he got very serious. He lauded this man who had extraordinary faith in God. He decided to help him and he asked the employees of the post office to give money. So, in order to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea. Answer the letter, but when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it, he needed something more than goodwill, ink, and paper, but he stuck to his resolution. He asked money from his employees. He himself gave part of his salary. He decided to help him, he asked the employees of the post office to give money and he gave a part of his salary also. It was impossible for him to gather the 100 pesos, so he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lancho and with it a letter containing only a single word as a signature, God. The following Sunday, Lancho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him while the postmaster experiencing the contentment. Contentment means satisfaction of a man who was performed a good deed. Good deed means एक अच्छा काम, अच्छा कार्य जो कि पोस्टमास्टर ने किया था, looked on from his office. It was impossible for him, but they were able to collect only a little more than half the money requested by Lancho. As as we know that Lancho had requested for 100 pesos, the postmaster put the money in an envelope and addressed it to Lancho. Contains the letter 70 pesos, and next Sunday Lancho came again to the post office. He asked if there was any letter for him. The postmaster took out the letter and gave it to the Lancho. Lancho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. Such was his confidence, but he became angry when he counted the money. God could not have made a mistake, and nor could he have denied Lancho what he had requested. Lancho was not surprised at seeing the money, but when he counted the money, he became angry. He thought that God could not have made the mistake. So, immediately, Lencho went up to the window to ask for paper and ink. On the public writing table, he started to write with much wrinkling of his brow. What is the meaning of wrinkling here? Fold of skins. बहुत परेशान सा होते हुए और चेहरे पर कोई खुशी ना दिखते हुए कि उसको 70 pesos मिले हैं. Caused by the effort he had to make express his ideas. When he finished, he went to the window to buy a stamp, which he licked and then affixed to the envelope with a blow of his fist. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it. It said, "God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest, since I need it very much. But don't send it to me through the mail, because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks." Lencho. Bunch of crooks means, bunch means a group of, crooks means dishonest people. Here Lencho was telling that don't send it to me through the mail, because the post office employees are bunch of crooks. He thought that God has sent him 100 pesos instead of 70. They had kept 30 pesos with them. 30 pesos किसने रख लिए हैं? जो उतने भी employees हैं here in the post office. Now the question is, were the employees really a bunch of crooks? No. No, the post office employees were not a bunch of crooks. Rather, they helped and contributed money for Lencho. So that's why this is a ironical story. The postmaster's good deed never came to the knowledge of Lencho. Quite ironically, Lencho in his second letter to God expressed his suspicion about the honesty of the post office employees. The postmaster included and begged God not to route the money through them. Unfortunately, the kindness and generosity of the postmaster's efforts remained unknown and unappreciated by Lencho. Okay, thank you all. And now the time for assignments. And your assignments are: have you ever been in great difficulty and felt that only a miracle could help you? How was your problem solved? Write about that incident in about 200 words. And your next is, write a brief summary of the story, a letter to God. And the next, prepare this topic for speaking skill. And the topic is a tough year for farmers in India. And your time limit is given 10 minutes. Okay, thank you, students.